Good morning to you. Daybreak show here on iFiber One. It's Friday, and at this time, we welcome in Dr. Alex Apostle from the Shelton School District. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Spencer.
Good morning.
Great
Cold
to
out
be
there,
here.
no?
Oh, yeah, a little cool. Yeah, but it's beautiful, though.
No, these days are so nice. It starts off cold, but by the afternoon,
And they're glorious days.
It's
very nice.
Listen, I got a call yesterday on the plants of the trees and the shrubs to make the beautification of the school district and the campus and all that stuff. A caller called in and says, "Hey, I was driving down Shelton Springs and I saw a bunch of plants out there above ground, and it's super cold, as we just said.
Right.
Those are being planted, right?" So
right. We're pushing real hard to get everything planted at both Mountain View and Shelton High School, and that's part of the contract in terms of the bond and everything that went on, and so people know that they need to get on that.
Okay,
and so we're on them for that.
Good. We saw Trevor on, was that yesterday he came in?
A couple days ago, I think, wasn't it? Or was it yesterday?
May have been
the days
yesterday
are all
morning.
kind of.
I know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we
Trevor
go.
Leopold, you know him. He
Yes.
works for the school district, and we had some great conversations about sports and the digital scoreboard there at the mini dome for basketball. I saw the video that he shared on his interview. That looks sharp.
Yeah, very, very nice.
I wasn't
Trevor's doing a
expecting it
great
like that.
job.
That's like professional.
I mean, it's like they're like TV screens on
Yeah,
there.
it's beautiful.
That's
We're
cool.
very thankful.
That's really cool. And so lots of good things happening there as we move forward. One thing to be reminded of as people are coming onto campus for various sporting events and other things is there are some new looks to the way the schools are set up. One of the things I've noticed in my time walking around Mountain View and walking around the high school are the new security vestibules to kind of limit the access into the schools.
Right.
And that is going to start us off on a topic about safety and security.
Thank you, Jeff. I just want to take a few minutes here and talk about the importance of safety and security in our schools. There's nothing more important. Thanks to our citizens and the bond, we're incorporating new entrances, safety and security types of entrances, vestibules in all of our schools. And I just want the community and our staff and our students to know that we take safety and security very seriously. We have a great relationship with the police department. We've hired a safety and security director, Karen DeWitt. And I just want the community to know that when students or anybody threatens our schools, well, we investigate to the fullest extent of the law. We're efficient in doing that. We look deeply into each situation with the police department. We take everything extremely serious. Sometimes we can't communicate everything because of privacy laws, but I just want the community to know that we take safety and security very, very seriously. And I just want to mention to parents and students that when you make a threat of any kind in our schools, we will prosecute to the full extent of the law. And so this is kind of a warning to our students and to the families to talk with their students that any mention of a weapon or a threat, we're going to look at that as an extreme situation, and we will deal with it very appropriately. Since I've been here, we've been very serious about threats of any kind, to any degree. And we have prosecuted, we have arrested, we've expelled students. We have students from other districts that have done these things. We won't even accept them into our district. I monitor that personally with Karen DeWitt and the police department. If a student has been expelled from another school district, we're not going to take him here, or we're just not going to do it. But I just want to emphasize to parents to please talk to your students and let them know, don't make any threats, because if they do, we will handle it.
And so you mentioned any sort of level on that, and that includes one-to-one bullying threats up to a school-wide.
Absolutely. And this is something that we truly believe in, that our school board supports 100%. They understand the seriousness of these threats, and we've had a few in the last couple of weeks, and we have dealt with them. And we will continue to really monitor this issue. I meet with the police department. I talk with police officers every day about how important it is to continue the surveillance of our schools. And I'm telling you, we're very lucky because Darren Moody and Paul Campbell and others, they do a tremendous job. All you have to do is right around our district, and you'll see those police cars.
Talk to me a little bit about you mentioned there are some privacy laws, of course, when releasing perhaps names or detailed information, but what have you worked with Karen or with the police department on at least a minimum piece of information for parents and staff, so they know that that they know that something has happened.
Right.
You can say, listen, but at the same time too, I can imagine you don't want to cause any undue, not harm, but scare people in
we don't want
releasing information that it's not a full scope.
There's only a certain amount of information that we can communicate, and that's very important, and we've done that when these things have happened. But we don't want to panic our parents and families, and we have to be very careful what we communicate. We work very closely with the police department, and we've sent out joint messages because they're probably, especially at the initial stage, they're investigating the situation. And so we don't want to say anything that's not accurate. It's very difficult to communicate with the community, communicate with parents, but at the same time, there's an ongoing investigation and things change by the hour sometimes. So we do the best we can to keep parents informed, but there's quite a few variables involved, but we will also always reach out to the community and to parents to let them know what's going on.
Sure.
And another aspect, too, that we don't talk about nearly as often is parents keeping an eye on their kids more in terms of suspicious behavior. There was a mother in the news just the other day where her son was planning a school shooting or something like that, and the mother turned her son in to the police saying, I found this in his room, and
that's very
parents
important.
need to be more cognizant of that, too.
Yeah, we all need to be together and monitor that situation. So bottom line, we take a strong stance on safety and security. We monitor it daily, every day, closely. And I just want parents to know and students to know that they need to be right.
Sure.
And if they make a threat, we're going to deal with it immediately and effectively.
All right, Dr. Apostle, thank you so much for coming on.